Okay, here's the true tea. Somewhere along the line, before you knew what you were doing, you made a pact to parent yourself the way that your parents were parenting you, i.e. crappily, i.e. poopified. Be very careful about that. Be very careful. It's not going to be easy to reprogram the whole thing, but that's what I would I would recommend. Rip everything out by the roots and start again.
Alright, what is up, y'all? Welcome back. And real quick, before we even break down the cringe today, this video will most likely get a bit of hate from the alphabet folks, if you know what I mean. So if y'all want to do me a solid, go ahead and like the video. It helps with the algorithm and all that. But I also need it to get to like 1 million gazillion views or something. I don't know, because I guess this individual here wasn't too satisfied with what we've got going on over here. I guess a small channel with 341 subs needs to be pulling moist critical views or something. I don't know, but I would appreciate any love on the vid. Anyway, yeah, this guy's a weirdo. If you're bored, you can check out his other videos over on TikTok where he basically does the same thing. Like seriously, like in every single one of his videos, he's like grooming children, promoting his trans agenda or whatever. I've made it very clear in the past that I'm not going to try and do anything to restrict your rights. If you're an adult and you have that necessary growth, you know, that mental capacity to comprehend such a transition, by all means, do whatever the fuck you want. I mean, let's be real, I couldn't stop you even if I wanted to, but just feel free to make your own choices, right? That's the way I see it. But on the other hand, we need to stop with all this influencing the youth bullshit. You know, let's leave that in 2023. Shout out Nick Merckx here for a second. Leave the kids alone. You saw the opening clip. This is grooming. You know, say what you want. You know, if you can't see that, you may be mentally challenged or something, I don't know, but I want to focus today specifically on one of his other TikToks that's caused a lot of concern. Let's roll this shit and brace yourselves.
I'm at the shopping mall, LOL. This time of year I kind of like, I don't think I'm going to buy anything, but I kind of like the hubbub and the holiday kind of feeling, and I wanted to let you know I value you. Thank you. If you have no family, you can be in my family. If you needed to go no contact or limited contacts, I love you very much. You're not alone.
What the hell are you talking about, boy? Okay, hold on one second, man. Let's break this down. So, essentially, first and foremost, this video pisses me off for multiple reasons. But the first reason is, if you unironically talk in internet acronyms or like texting acronyms, internet memes, or really anything in that realm of existence, like, I don't know what to tell you. You cringy as hell for that. Like, dude comes right off the rip and says LOL. And it wasn't even like a funny situation he found himself in. I don't know, small detail. But when you become a weirdo detective, you know, cracking down on cringe and weird behavior, you have to be able to identify the small details. But bottom line is, guys, don't be saying LOL in real life. I promise you will get bullied. But anyway, let's continue here. Moving on here, and why many people are concerned with this character is that white Zetsu over here from Naruto really giving off supervillain vibes. You know, the whole ambiance of the video, just the way he's talking, just sort of makes my skin crawl. Does anyone else get that vibe? Is that just me, my piece of shit? I don't know. But seriously, this dude's straight out of your favorite anime, the way he's grooming kids to become trans, and it almost seems like he's imploring them to hop into his white van. Like, believe me, as a seasoned veteran, you know, being in the back of my fair share of white vans, I can recognize a potential predator when... Nah. I'm gonna stop right there. Not trying to get too crazy on here, but in all seriousness, it just seems like he really is on some Herbert the Pervert type shit, you know, trying to lure him into his basement for some popsicles or something.
You like popsicles?
Well, sure.
And you need to come on down to the cellar. I got a whole freezer full of popsicles.
And you know people will defend him, you know, oh, you just hate trans people, leave him alone, he's not hurting anyone. Yeah, not yet. Or he has an adult audience too, you know, he's not just talking to kids, mwah, mwah, mwah. You know, I can hear it already, but however you want to spin it, just some of those comments he makes in that short clip are just weird, you know, there's no debate. And of course, remember that opening clip.
You made a pact to parent yourself the way that your parents were parenting you, i.e. crappily, i.e. poopified,
i.e. crappily, i.e. poopified.
He's literally trying to manipulate and influence their youth, you know, parent other people's children. Like, we ain't doing all that. Let's pipe down, little bro. He has countless TikToks on his page similar to this, so anyone making the claim that he isn't after kids is objectively incorrect. I mean, this proves it. Because, like, how you gonna come out here on some weird shit and try and judge other people's parenting and assume they're bad parents just because it doesn't align with your trans agenda? Not only is raising a child in a traditional sense, you know, the gender that they actually are, not weird or bad, but it's also the norm, and that's the way it ought to be. If later on down the road, after they've been exposed to reality, they want to make that choice on their own accord, that's totally okay. You know, that's their prerogative. But we ain't gonna force it down the throats of these kids that are extremely impressionable and are just trying to make sense of the world like there's some sort of sick, twisted lab rat, you know, solely meant to satisfy your delusion or fantasy or whatever. Like, these types of influencers or TikTokers, they need a reality check, and they definitely need to be confronted, because all they are doing is contributing to things like unrest, you know, things like contention within these individual households, and actively seeking to destroy what parents have quite literally made sacrifices for. You know, they've birthed this child, raised this child for several years, and they're actively destroying what they've built, and are actively trying to reverse the development of children that are just being fostered into productive members of society. You know, because fact of the matter is most homes consist of loving parents who are trying to set their kids up for success. You know, most homes have parents that are actively trying to, you know, do what's right for the kid, you know, raise it, set it up for success, right? And people like this are attacking that and destroying it. You know, bottom line though, if nothing else, it just simply isn't your place to be parenting other people's children. It's really that simple. Like, I feel like these people, if they spent even half as much energy on like refining themselves or becoming better people themselves that they do trying to change other people, I feel like this world would just be a better place. But, you know, alas, you know, these groomers are just seeking these children because they know damn well that they're impressionable, that many of them will follow along with their delusions, their fantasies, and I don't know, it's just, that's not okay, you know, again, just leave the kids alone. But yeah, I'd say that's a good place to call it, you know, that's enough internet cringe for one day. Thank God that's all over, because it was a lot to take in for sure, but bottom line is, this dude's a weirdo, and I figured we'd expose him today. I figured I'd share some of my thoughts on these weird-ass groomers. It just seems they pop up overnight like almost like weeds, you know, but instead of making your yard look ugly, you know, ruining your garden, they want to influence or molest your kids. And that's a scary reality, you know, that people like this are just allowed to roam free, not only on the internet, but also in the real world too. You know, bottom line, stay safe out there, y'all. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, rating, subscribe to the channel for more commentaries just like this. Leave a comment down below. I would absolutely love to hear what y'all have to say about this. And yeah, I'm officially back. You know, I'm feeling a lot better as far as health-wise, so I think I'm back on the grind. So, you know, again, like the video, subscribe for more commentaries like this. Oh, and also don't forget to get this video to 1 trillion views so we can satisfy that hater, as well as make it out of the hood, you know, together. But this is Runter, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later.